Have you ever caught a faint whiff of something off, glanced around, and wondered, is that me? That moment of doubt can shake your confidence, especially as a senior, when you're already navigating a world that sometimes overlooks you. What if that subtle odor isn't just aging but a simple hygiene oversight 99% of seniors miss? Stick with me, because this video reveals the surprising truth about the so-called senior smell. And trust me, you'll want to watch until the end. I'm exposing a hidden spot on your body, behind your ears, that doctors know about but rarely discuss. You'll learn why this tiny crease traps odor-causing bacteria and how it's not your age but a fixable habit. We'll dive into the science of why skin changes as we age, producing a compound called tunnel that creates that musty scent. More importantly, I'll share a 15-second daily ritual using warm water and gentle soap to banish it for good. By the end, you'll know exactly how to clean smart, avoid skin irritation, and even test if you're carrying this odor without realizing it. This isn't just about hygiene, it's about reclaiming your dignity, boosting your confidence, and ensuring every hug feels fresh. Don't miss the practical tips, real-life insights, and a game-changing routine that'll leave you feeling empowered. Watch now, because you deserve to shine at every age. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. So part 1, the myth of the old person's smell. It's strange, isn't it, how some topics remain unspoken, hidden in the shadows of conversation? People will openly discuss their bad knees, the creeping forgetfulness that haunts their daily thoughts, or even the more awkward struggles of digestion. But the moment the conversation shifts to something like that smell, yes, the one some seniors are known for, suddenly, the room falls silent. The chatter dies, and no one wants to acknowledge it, as if talking about it might somehow make it worse. But today, I want to say it out loud, because it's time we stop pretending it isn't real. Yes, I'm talking about it, and no, it's not just in your head. It's been called many things: musty, stale, or the infamous old person smell. And here's where I'm about to go against the grain. I'm going to say something a little controversial, something you might not want to hear, but it's the truth. It's not your age that causes this smell, it's your hygiene. Now, before you jump to conclusions and take offense, hear me out. I'm not suggesting for a second that you're dirty. I'm willing to bet you shower every day, maybe even twice a day. You wash your hair, brush your teeth, slather on deodorant, and do everything right. But here's the catch. Doing all those things doesn't always address the one area that matters the most, and that's where the issue begins. You see, when we're younger, our bodies are constantly regenerating. Skin cells renew at a rapid pace, sweat glands are on overdrive, and the balance of oils and moisture in our skin seems effortless. But as we age, those processes slow down. Our skin doesn't exfoliate itself as efficiently anymore. We're building up more and more dead skin in places we never even thought to look, and the sweat and oils we once produced in abundance? They're just not the same. They change. And with those changes come odors. What drives me crazy, though, is how people have come to accept this smell, almost as if it's just another part of growing old, like wrinkles or gray hair. But let me tell you, that's not the same. Wrinkles? Those are natural. Gray hair? It's a beautiful, honorable sign of wisdom. But odor? That's something different. That's your body speaking to you, telling you it needs something. It's not inevitable. It's not something you have to simply accept as your fate. It's a cry for help, a signal that it's time to take action. We've been conditioned to think that certain things are just part of aging, things like slower metabolism or less flexibility. But in reality, many of these issues are the result of neglect, Not neglect in the sense that we're intentionally ignoring them, but simply because we don't know better. And when I say 99% of seniors miss this one spot, I'm not exaggerating. I missed it myself for years. No one told me. Not my friends. Not my doctor. Not even my daughter. And then one day, it hit me. I started noticing that faint smell clinging to my pillows. That sour note when I would hug someone a little too closely. It shook me. Deep down, I knew it wasn't who I was. That smell didn't represent me. That wasn't how I wanted to be remembered. And that realization, that moment, changed everything for me. So today, I'm here to shatter the myth of the old person smell. It's not your destiny. It's not a sentence you must serve. It's simply a signal, a message from your body, saying, please take care of me in the spots I need it most. And that's the real truth we need to face. Aging doesn't have to mean accepting anything less than our best. We deserve to feel clean, fresh, and confident in every stage of life. Let's stop the myth and take control. Stethoscope Part 2. What doctors are saying, but not loud enough. Now, let's dive into something truly fascinating, something that isn't just my personal opinion or some home remedy passed down through whispers and rumors. This is science. Real, undeniable science. And here's the thing. The medical community knows exactly what's going on. They know what's behind that mysterious odor that seems to come with age. But here's the catch. They don't always say it out loud. Have you ever heard of a compound called tunolin? Chances are you haven't, but this is the substance researchers have found to be responsible for that distinct scent we associate with aging. It's produced when fatty acids in our skin begin to break down and combine with oxygen. That's right. It's the result of oxidation, the same process that causes an apple to turn brown when it's left out on the counter for too long. That brown, aged look? That's oxidation in action. Now, imagine that happening to your skin. When we're young, our bodies are constantly producing different kinds of oils. Our sweat and sebum, the oils produced by our skin, work overtime to flush out impurities and toxins, leaving us fresh and clean. But as we grow older, those oils start to change. And unfortunately, those new oils aren't as effective at clearing out the bad stuff. Instead, they become the perfect breeding ground for odor. The very thing that once protected us now works against us. And let me tell you something. Doctors know this. Dermatologists, gerontologists, and other specialists have studied this for years. You might hear them mention it briefly at a medical seminar, or see it buried deep within a clinical journal. But how often do they come right out and tell us? How often do they say, hey, seniors, there's a part of your body you're neglecting, and it's causing that smell you can't seem to shake? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The truth is, they don't. And I think I know why. Perhaps they don't want to make us feel embarrassed. Maybe they assume we wouldn't understand the complex science behind it. Or perhaps they're just so focused on more immediate health issues, like blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, that they forget about the smaller, but equally important concerns. And yes, while those issues are undeniably important, what about our confidence? What about our dignity? You see, the way we smell affects how others perceive us, but it affects us even more. It impacts how we see ourselves, how we feel when we look in the mirror or walk into a room. If doctors aren't willing to have that conversation, then I will. I believe we deserve to know the truth about how our bodies are changing. We have every right to understand what's going on, to take control of our hygiene, our health, and, most importantly, our self-image. Let me be clear, this isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect. It's about taking ownership of the changes in our bodies with pride and dignity. As I delved deeper into this, I realized something else. The odor isn't coming from the obvious places we tend to think. It's not our feet, not our underarms, and not even our breath. No, this smell is far more subtle, far more hidden, lurking in places we may not even think to address. And that's the real story behind what's happening. Woman Standing Part 3. The Forgotten Zone. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about this, deep down. When was the last time you washed behind your ears? I don't mean the area near your ears. Not the part where shampoo might casually run down your neck. I mean behind your ears, the forgotten space that's so easily overlooked. When was the last time you took your fingers, lathered up some soap, and gently scrubbed the area behind and around your ears with real intention? I bet, like many of us, it's probably been a long time. It's so easy to forget about it. When we go through our daily routines, we focus on the obvious spots, our face, our neck, maybe under our arms, and, of course, the places that see the light of day. But this little hidden zone, it doesn't even register. It's like an unspoken part of our body that we unconsciously overlook, even though it's one of the most vulnerable. That little space behind your ears, especially the crease where the ear connects to your scalp, is a breeding ground for everything. It's warm, often moist, and it's covered by your hair, glasses, or for some, hearing aids. These things trap in the very elements that our skin produces: oil, sweat, and dead skin cells. But what we don't realize is that because it's tucked away, unseen, bacteria can accumulate without us ever noticing. They sit there, multiplying, creating that musty, sour odor that we all know too well. It's not a sign of uncleanliness. It's just the nature of being human. We miss the spots we can't see, and this forgotten fold of skin is one of them. Let me tell you a little story. I was sitting with my granddaughter the other day, and she leaned in close to whisper something in my ear. For just a moment, I saw her nose wrinkle. It was subtle, but I caught it. The kids are polite, so she didn't say anything. But in that brief second, I knew. I knew something wasn't quite right. When I got home, I decided to take a real, honest look in the mirror. And do you know what I found? Behind my ears? A little waxy buildup, dry skin. Stuff that had probably been there for weeks. I was shocked. It wasn't my breath or my armpits causing the discomfort. It was that little forgotten crease behind my ears. That moment hit me hard. Something so simple, yet so important, had been hiding in plain sight. Since then, I've made it a daily part of my ritual. Just a splash of warm water, a tiny bit of soap, and a soft cloth for 15 seconds. That's it. And let me tell you, the difference has been nothing short of immediate. It's amazing how something so small can have such a big impact. Lotion bottle part 4, how to wash it properly, the right way, not the fast way. As we age, our skin changes and it becomes even more essential to take care of it thoughtfully and intentionally. So, let's take a moment to pause and talk about the right way to wash that often neglected spot behind your ears. Trust me, it's not about rushing through the process, splashing water carelessly, and hoping for the best. It's about being gentle, precise, and taking the time to care for your skin, just like you would take care of a treasured possession. Here's the truth. As we grow older, our skin becomes thinner, more delicate, and much more sensitive. What may have worked for you in your younger years, such as scrubbing away with a rough cloth, can now lead to irritation, redness, or even tiny tears in the skin. So, what do? We clean smarter, not harder. Start with warm water, not hot. It's so tempting to reach for scalding water, especially when it feels soothing, but hot water can strip your skin of its natural oils. This leaves it dry and vulnerable, causing even more buildup later on. Instead, embrace the warmth that feels comfortable and nurturing, like a gentle hug for your skin. Next, choose a soft cloth, a clean cotton pad, or simply your fingertips. The key here is to be gentle, not aggressive. Lather a mild, fragrance-free soap. Nothing fancy, nothing harsh. It's all about caring for the skin, not attacking it. Then, carefully work your way behind the ear. Gently clean the crease, the curve, and the lobes. Don't rush. This isn't a race, it's a ritual of renewal, a moment of self-care. Do both sides with the same attention, taking your time as you go. With each motion, you're nourishing your body, showing respect to your skin. Once you've rinsed thoroughly, don't skip the next step. Pat your skin dry with a clean towel. That's right, pat, not rub. Moisture that lingers behind the ears can cause discomfort or even lead to skin issues, especially if you wear glasses or hearing aids. We want to avoid creating new problems. After drying, think about adding a light moisturizer or an antibacterial toner. You don't need to do this every day, maybe just 2 or 3 times a week, but enough to keep your skin balanced, fresh, and happy. The key here, my friend, is consistency. This is about more than just one good cleaning session. It's about making this part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth. Over time, it becomes second nature. And while we may not have been taught to take care of this part of our body when we were younger, we now know better. And when we know better, we do better. So, take a moment today and start that small change. Your skin will thank you for it. Nose Part 5. How to tell if it's you. Most seniors don't. Let's talk about something many seniors don't even realize is happening. Something that can affect the way you feel about yourself and how others perceive you. It's a smell, one that's so subtle and often unnoticed, and yet it can quietly slip into your daily life without warning. The tricky part is that you usually can't smell it. And that's what catches so many people off guard. Over time, our senses, especially the sense of smell, start to become desensitized to our unique scent. This is a phenomenon known as becoming nose blind. It's as if our brain goes into protective mode, filtering out the smells we encounter every day, our breath, the fragrance of our detergent, the smell of our home. It's comforting in many ways, but it also means that something as small as the odor behind your ears could go unnoticed by you, until someone else does. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's a quiet, almost invisible shift. People around you may begin to subtly react, but they won't always say a word. Maybe they'll wrinkle their nose just slightly, or take a half step back when they greet you. They might even hug you with just one arm instead of 2, or keep their distance just enough for you to notice, but not enough to point it out. These are small shifts in behavior, but they speak volumes. And what's heartbreaking is that they will remember it. That faint odor, no matter how unintentional, will stick with them. Even if they love you deeply, even if you're the most caring, kind, and wonderful person in the world, that small, lingering scent will become a part of their memory. I know this because I've been there. It's uncomfortable to realize, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. But here's the good news. You're not alone, and this is something that can be fixed. You're already ahead of the game just by becoming aware of it. So let me walk you through a quick, simple test. Grab a cotton swab or a soft cloth, and gently wipe behind your ear, really getting into the folds. Then take a deep breath and smell it. If you detect even the faintest sourness, muskiness, or stale scent, you've found the issue. But don't be embarrassed. Don't panic. This is fixable, and you've already taken a crucial first step by learning about it. Feel empowered. You've got this. The fact that you're aware puts you far ahead of most people, and that's something to be proud of. There's always a way to freshen up, improve, and feel more confident about yourself. Keep moving forward. Woman White Hair Part 6. Reclaiming your confidence as a senior. Let me share something that took me years to truly understand. There is no feeling worse than walking through life, invisible to others, and ashamed of yourself. It's a deep, gnawing ache, and unfortunately, it's a reality for so many seniors today. You step into a room, And there's this quiet question that lingers in your mind. Does anyone even see me? Does anyone notice that I'm here, or am I just blending into the background like I don't matter? And when people do look our way, there's that haunting uncertainty. What are they seeing? Are they seeing our wisdom, the warmth of a lifetime that's been lived fully, the twinkle of joy that still flickers in our hearts? Or are they noticing something we can't even control, like a faint scent that somehow crept in without us realizing it? It's heartbreaking, truly. Every senior I know, myself included, carries with them a story. Our lives are full of rich experiences, full of lessons learned, laughter shared, and challenges overcome. We're not just old, we're living treasures of experience, capable of so much. But when that odor, something as small as a scent, starts to invade our lives, it has a way of shrinking us, taking away our confidence. Suddenly, we avoid embraces. We hesitate before speaking our minds. We become quieter and more withdrawn because we fear becoming that person, the one everyone whispers about. But let me tell you, this isn't just about hygiene. This is about reclaiming something far more important: our freedom, our dignity, and the joy we deserve. When you take control of something as simple as identifying and addressing a hidden source of odor, you're not just taking control of your body. You're taking back your power. You're telling the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you are worthy, that you matter, and that you deserve to walk with your head held high. This, my friend, is about reclaiming yourself, your confidence, and the beautiful, powerful person you've always been. Thank you for taking the time to watch and reflect with me today. I hope this video has reminded you of something truly important, that your experiences, your wisdom, and your dignity are worth protecting, no matter where you are in life. So, what have you learned so far? What small change can you make today to reclaim your confidence, your joy, and your power? I'd love to hear from you. Please take a moment to share one thing you've learned in the comments below and let us know how you plan to bring that lesson into your life. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who could benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more empowering content just like this. Your support means the world. Thank you for being part of this journey.